What's up, guys? Another story for you. This one's kind of on the ghostly side of things that's happened to me. Some aren't going to believe it, some are. That's fine. Either enjoy the story or don't. It really doesn't matter. But this is a true story that happened to a buddy of mine and myself in, I believe it was McAllen, Texas, about 20 or so years ago. So him and I used to drive truck together. We team drove, so we shared the truck. One would drive, one would sleep, and then bounce back and forth. The next guy would drive, so on and so forth. We get down to McAllen, Texas, and our dispatcher called us and said our load's been delayed. We can't have it for another day. So they said we could go get a hotel, so we're not sleeping in the truck. Which we thought, fuck yeah, great, why not? So we get to the hotel, and I'm like, been in a truck all day, I want to shower. So I go shower, and I'm halfway through my shower, and all of a sudden I get burnt from the water. So I turn the nozzle to cool it down a little bit. And then probably 10, 15 seconds later, I get burned again. And I'm like, fuck, I turn it again. And I'm thinking to myself, is somebody fucking with me? Like, is somebody running water somewhere else that's causing my shower in my hotel room to burn me? So I turn it again. And I remember where I put the nozzle to give me cooler water, and it wasn't there. So I put it back to cooler, stared at it, and I physically watched it turn and go back to hot again. So I turned it back and I watched it again. Did this 3 different times before I finally said screw it, quickly showered and just got out. But I physically watched the shower nozzle turn and burn me 3 different times, as well as a couple times that it did before I even started paying attention to it. So I got out of the shower, went and told my buddy Dennis, and I was like, dude, the shower just burnt me on purpose. And he's like, what the fuck are you talking about? So I told him, and he's laughing. He goes, you're fucking on crack. I'm like, man, I swear to God, that's what just happened. So he goes to have a shower, and when his shower experience wasn't like mine. He didn't get burnt in the shower. However, the toilet beside his shower kept flushing. But every 10 to 30 seconds, his toilet would just flush. And then it would just fill back up and flush again. So he came on and told me, and I'm laughing at him like we both had a ghost experience, but completely different from each other's. So that night, we both kept getting woken up to the toilet just randomly flushing throughout the entire night. I've never experienced anything like that with the water and stuff since then, only at that hotel in McAllen, Texas. And like I said, about 20 years ago. But I have experienced a hell of a lot of ghost stories and ghost situations my whole life. Well, since I was about 13. 1990, April 1st, I was about 13 years old, and all of this started happening then. And I've had a lot. I've had scratches on me, voices, I've seen footprints run past doors of mine. My old house I used to live in, it would sound like somebody was on my roof with an axe and trying to chop their way through my roof, but only in the wintertime. Never happened in the summer, but it happened every night when it was cold out. It would sound like somebody was literally chopping my roof apart with an axe. I've had TVs turn on and off by themselves, lights flickering and going on and off. I've had all kinds of stuff. And for the most part, I always thought it was fun. The scratches on my back got to be a kind of a pain because my back was pretty scratched up and painful sometimes when you wake up and you're all gouged to shit. So, but again, I know a lot of you aren't going to believe this because some people have a hard time believing in ghosts, but I've experienced a lot, and I got a lot of stories when it comes to that stuff, but that's for another day. If you like this story and you want more of it, like, comment, subscribe, tell me about your ghost story, see if you got something comparable to mine, and I'll go from there. Thanks for watching. Later.